President Bullwinkle.
Here. Could all please rise for the pledge? I will lead us in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I ask you to remain standing for one more second as Trustee Wagner will lead us in the prayer.
God of power and might, wisdom and justice, through you authority is rightly administered, laws are enacted, and judgment is decreed. Assist with your spirit of counsel and fortitude the President, Governor, and other governmental leaders of our country. May they always seek the ways of righteousness, justice, and mercy, and work for the common good. Grant that they may be enabled by your powerful protection to lead our country and state with honesty and integrity. We ask this in your name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Item number 3 on our agenda is amendments to the agenda. And for those of you who are with us tonight, if you don't have an agenda, we have extra agendas in the rack that's on the door coming into the chamber here. Item number 3 is amendments to the agenda. Anybody have any amendments to the Committee of the Whole agenda tonight? Are we good? Okay. I'm going to move on to item number 4. Discussion only, economic development related liquor license ordinance restriction. Manager Keener.
Thank you, Your Honor. In the current village code, an individual corporation is restricted to a maximum of 2 liquor licenses as defined in section 3-309. This restriction prohibits the village from issuing a 3rd liquor license to retail establishments seeking to expand their successful operations in other locations within the village of Villa Park. Staff has received a number of requests for a 3rd liquor license and currently has 1 request pending. The Economic Development Commission suggests reviewing this particular section of the code and removing the maximum number of liquor licenses an individual corporation can obtain. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Would staff, in particular our Director of Economic Development, Jan Fiola, is there anything you'd like to add to this before we open it up to discussion? Okay, we're going to open this up to discussion then. Questions from the board in regards to this item. We had a memo in our packet about this. Does anybody have any questions? Trustee Volpes, get it started that way.
According to our packet, if this is correct, there's no other municipality around us that has the same restriction, and nobody knows how this restriction came about. You know,
The fact that it's been on our books forever, and yeah,
been on
nobody
there
knows.
forever, so this is kind of a little clean up and make us more friendly to increase development, economic development in Villa Park. So, yeah, I just wanted to point that out. So
Yep.
we're the only one around who had this restriction. So.
For whatever reason, yeah. And staff can't figure out what the origin is, when, or anything, yeah, so big mystery, so. Anybody else? Trustee Wagner?
Can I ask what entity or group would like to have a 3rd liquor license?
Sure. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, we have a corporation that's interested in expanding operations on North Avenue that would like to have a 3rd liquor license to expand their successful operations. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Any other,
But
Trustee
that
Volpes?
doesn't mean that they would still have to apply.
Correct.
So that doesn't mean that they would automatically.
Yes,
Would you
yes.
like me to?
Oh, sure. Yeah,
Thank
go
you,
ahead.
Your
Yep.
Honor. Yes, they still would have to apply. They still, just because they're applying for a 3rd or a 4th, et cetera, liquor license, they still have to follow the procedures and have backgrounds checked on their folks that are in the corporation, including fingerprints and et cetera. So they still have to follow the normal procedures, even though it could be 3 liquor licenses or 4. So thank you, Your Honor.
Sure. Go ahead, Trustee Gazelle.
And the way that the ordinance is written, it's any liquor license, right? They can't get like a Class AA, get 2 of those, and then 1. It's just any 3 liquor license.
Any one,
Any-
yes.
okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Anybody else? Any other questions? I guess one of my questions is, by opening it up, does it open us up to, does it make it harder to control? Is there something, or request that comes forward, and, so we're non-home rule, so.
It
I
does
know we
not
have-
make it harder to control. The police department would have to run the same background check. The operation has to always be maintained properly. In fact, if anything, it may give you more control, because if one of the operations does not satisfy all of our code requirements, and one of the shareholders is named in another one, you can wipe out all three businesses possibly at one time. So I think what you have, the more licenses a person has, as strange as it may seem, the more control you may have.
Interesting. So if we had a license come forward, or a request for a license, and it goes through the process, it passes everything, but then there's still a concern,
Well,
would it be legally okay to turn them down?
absolutely, because they have to come up. I'll read to you from the code. No liquor license shall be issued to, and I'll quote one section in particular which supports what I just said, a person who is not of good character and reputation in the community in which he resides. So the corporation would be residing here, and so consequently, it does, as I say, sound backwards, but it is the way it would work in operation.
But I guess if for some reason, even though if they follow all the rules to the T, and we decide it's still not a good idea, or we want to control
No.
the number, can we then say no there?
No, you would have to reduce the
Or-
number for a good reason. Once a person has a license, you can't take it away unless you have a hearing on it for just cause.
Right, okay.
So, and as I say, so that one of the operations may give you just cause for the persons, as the manager said, who are investigated as shareholders with more than 5%.
Okay. Just one other question. Yeah, so what if we want to control the number of these establishments coming to Villa Park, regardless of what it is? If we don't want the town to be inundated, for example, with
You would-
one particular type of establishment?
So you would then, we have classes, you would develop another class if there's a particular operation, and the way you have limitations on the numbers for each class, you would have a limitation on the number for that class.
Okay. All right, yes. Manager
Uh,
King.
Your Honor, I was just going to add that just because the maximum is lifted doesn't mean automatically that there's a liquor license available. They still have to go through the application process,
Okay.
and through that process, if they're not of good character, as Attorney Orr has mentioned, that's going to come out during that process as well.
Well, the character is certainly one thing, but if we're being inundated with requests by a certain, entity, or somebody wants to come in and establish more than 3, 4, 5 of these particular establishments, is there a way to kind of control, just so we don't get inundated with these types of, that's, I guess, where need some
You
clarification.
control the number of restaurants, you control the number
Okay.
of businesses that sell packaged liquor by the total number of license per category. So you will always have the control on a
Okay.
particular class of license.
All right, okay. Just want to make sure we maintain some level of control and authority so we don't get inundated, because we get inundated by various requests, and it may or may not be a good idea for Villa Park, so we just want to have some control
Madam President,
legally, so, yes.
that's the reason why we keep our liquor license numbers regulated to exactly how many we have.
Yeah.
And if somebody wants it, we come here to the board level
Mhm.
for the final approval.
Right, yeah.
And if somebody wanted to open a third or fourth establishment, if they had a record that the police department had a number of calls and the board up here was not comfortable with issuing them another license,
Yeah.
at that point, we could turn them down,
Yeah.
because there wouldn't be any available the way we control our liquor
Okay.
license.
Yeah,
You control the number.
We control
Yeah.
the number.
I just want to make absolutely certain that that was the case, moving forward. Because, we get a lot of requests for a lot of different things, and some may be good, some maybe not. So it's our job up here to make sure we do everything we can to watch that as closely as we can. So. But thank you, yes. Yeah, just want to make doubly, triply sure. Anybody else? You good? Down there? You good? Okay. Roll call vote then, please.
Madam President?
Oh, I'm sorry, yep,
we
right.
need,
No motion here.
No,
So
what we
But we do
need-
need directions.
Yes,
So which
direction to proceed to prepare an amendment, removing that or not.
Yep. So which way do we want to go?
I'd like to make a consensus of the board that we proceed with, as outlined in this discussion.
Okay. Let's, did everybody hear that then? Okay. Then let's do a roll call vote on that then.
Okay, trustee Bolfus?
Yes.
Trustee Kazone?
Yes.
Trustee Wagner?
Yes.
Trustee Taglia?
Yes.
President Bullwinkle?
Yes. Okay.
We will have it ready for you at
The
the
next board meeting? Okay, which is February 8th. Okay. Then we'll be making a motion on that. Okay. Item number 5, consider an ordinance of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, accepting plats of easements for stormwater and drainage purposes at 537 South Euclid Avenue and 322 East Washington Street. Manager Keener.
Thank you, Your Honor. In 2014, a rear yard drainage system was constructed at 322 East Washington Street and 537 South Euclid Avenue to resolve chronic flooding. A formal acceptance of the easements by the village is required by ordinance to be recorded with the DuPage County Clerk's Office. Staff requests that an easement be granted to the village because the drainage system is located on several properties. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Any questions or comments from the public in regards to this item? Oh. Let's see none. Okay, how about the board? Anybody from the board have any questions? Trustee Bolfus.
So, we help solve the drainage problem in these areas, and these two properties. And as of right now, there is no easement for us to have access to make any repairs that might be needed. Is that what we're looking for? And has the homeowners of these properties agreed to that?
Yes, what transpired is, in 2014, the construction took place, and as staff reviewed records in the last few weeks, we noticed that the formal easement has not been brought to the board for acceptance. So it's before you this evening. If it's approved this week, it'll be filed with the DuPage County Clerk's Office.
You good? Anything else? You good? Okay. Anybody else? We all clear up here? Okay, roll call vote.
Trustee Kazone?
Yes.
Trustee Wagner?
Yes.
Trustee Taglia?
Yes.
Trustee Bolfus?
Yes.
President Bullwinkle?
Yes, yes. Item number 6 on the committee of the whole. Consider an ordinance of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, amending the number of Class AA liquor licenses from 6 to 7. Manager Keener.
Thank you, Your Honor. The Villa Park Village Code authorizes 6 Class AA liquor licenses. A local retail liquor establishment would like to expand their business to include a new brewery within the village. Staff recommends village board approval of the attached ordinance that increases the Class AA liquor licenses by 1 from 6 to 7, contingent upon the successful completion of a background check. And Your Honor and board and folks at home, we're almost finished with the background check. However, this particular request is time sensitive. I believe that the retail establishment, the owners, would like to close on the business, if I understand correctly, this Thursday.
Yep.
So they would like direction from the board if they could have a license or not, et cetera, so they can close on the purchase of the property.
Yep.
Thank you, Your Honor. We do
Sure.
have
They
the business
Yes.
property owners in the audience, along with Director Fiola, which would
Yes.
probably like to introduce them.
Yeah, sure, come on up. Jan Fiola, our Director of Economic Development, coming up to the podium to do the intros for the folks that we have in the audience. It's related to this item on the agenda, so.
Hi, thank you. We're very excited. We have some existing business owners in town that would like to take a vacant building on Villa Avenue and turn it into our craft brewery and wine tasting. So with that, I'm very excited to introduce, I know him as Sonny and Perry, owners of Ardmore Liquors.
Yes.
With that.
All right, you want to come on up? Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you
Yes.
for
Well,
having us here. Me and my colleague right here, Kyle, we're gonna open up an establishment brewery and a brew pub, providing a good food to community, bring in another great business to the Villa Park. And
It's a microbrewery, right?
Microbrewery,
Yeah,
yes.
microbrewery.
Yes.
We're hearing a lot about that these days. A lot
Yeah,
of-
we're going to be doing a lot of good food mixed with good beer,
Yeah.
sours, IPAs, stouts, give what the people want, you know.
Yeah,
So it'll be fun.
yeah. it
Nice,
will be.
comfy atmosphere too.
It will be, yeah.
be there.
Very much so. Hi. And we'll need you all to sign the paper that you
Okay.
have in
I
your
know which
hands
one.
for the
So
record,
proud.
too.
And legibly.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, please.
We'll get it, we'll get it for you.
Last
So,
He's the brewmaster.
Kyle,
circle,
I
yeah.
had to get the mill here.
Rigorous inspection.
He's gonna be a real popular guy. A real popular
You
guy.
gotta make sure he makes the right article of beer, right? Yeah. It's not overwhelming.
And I understand you live in Villa Park, too. Is
Yeah.
that right? Yeah,
Pretty
so
much my whole life.
a Villa Park resident and
Mhm.
soon-to-be business owner here in town.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yes, it will be.
Yeah,
We,
please leave that on the.
yeah, you
No,
just,
Please,
yeah,
thank you.
for anybody else.
Thank
But,
you, guys.
yes, we appreciate all of your efforts, you know. The Villa Avenue corridor is really, you know, redeveloping pretty rapidly, actually, and we're excited to have you as part of that, so.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing you guys there too.
Yeah, oh,
Everyone.
It'll be awesome establishment, believe me.
yeah, will be. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, any questions and comments from the public in regards to this item before we move forward? Hi,
Hello.
you know the drill.
Yep.
We need your autograph, you know. We'll give you 3 minutes. What's on your mind?
Is there a cap of how many liquor licenses the village can have?
No, there is no cap statewide as to what, no. It's
Okay,
each,
so they can have as many liquor licenses as they want,
yes,
depending on it.
yes.
But from the discussion,
Board approval.
there is a cap on what type of liquor licenses, which I take it specify if it's a restaurant one, if it's a liquor store.
Oh, sure, if you'd like to. Sure.
Hey, the cap, Cheryl, the cap is on the corporation. So, for instance, if you wanted to open 3 taverns, you would not be able to currently. You could only open 2 because each corporation would be in your name. But if the board approves on February 8th the lifting of the restriction, you could open 3 taverns or 3 packaged liquor stores, etc.
So it would be open on that. Do we have, my question was, like a B license is for a certain type of established, right? AAA licenses are for a certain establishment.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So is there a cap on how many there are on
It's
those types?
set by the Village of Villa Park.
Right.
So they set how many in each class would be allowed in the village, is what you're
Right.
saying?
We have one of the preferred systems in Villa Park, because as soon as one operator stops, the number goes down, so that each and every time there's a new business asking for a new license, it requires action by our village board and total scrutiny. So they have one of the better systems I've seen in the state of Illinois. So you understand what I'm saying? They have so many number in a class, but as soon as somebody stops an operation, it goes down one, so that to get a new business and it comes before this village board.
And this is
I'm
why
just
I
a-
asked about, you
yeah.
know, the control level
Well,
of
I'm just
control
a
that
little
we had.
concerned, because in the last 2 years, you've approved 3 new licenses. This would be the 4th one. And last time we talked about bring your own booze, so it's,
BYOB.
we're opening up liquor, and we've had the discussion, at least the board's had the discussion 9 times in the last 2 years on liquor events going on. So I'm just a little concerned that are we heading the right way with our village on broadcasting more liquor and tobacco companies coming in here as a show of the village? Are our perspective to outside people that we're more interested in the liquor part and businesses on liquor than other things?
Well,
That's
yeah.
my own concern, is the image idea we're adding.
Well, with the tobacco, in reference to the tobacco, any new tobacco shops have to go and locate in an M1 light industrial district. So the existing tobacco establishments you see, hookah lounges, liquor stores, and et cetera, were already grandfathered in. So there haven't been any new stores per se. Where they've been located is where they've been located. I don't know if anybody else wants to, but we did an amendment to our existing ordinance pertaining to that, a few years ago now, I guess it was, in regards to that. So, yeah, just to clarify that they're not just popping up everywhere. The ones that you see were already in existence.
Oh, I understand. I just
want to clarify
it's an image
that.
thing with the village
we hear
lately
ya.
is
Yeah.
we've been talking a lot about liquor and, adding liquor licenses and
we hear ya.
establishments and how we're going with it. That's
Yeah.
my only
Gotcha.
concern, that we have some control you have as a board
Yeah.
to guide where we're going with
We
this.
do. We have some control.
Now we're having more talking about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We decreased it by 3 a couple meetings back,
Yeah.
license.
So we do. We have control up here, and that's again why I, asked the question that we pretty much knew the answer to, but just to have the communication flow up here and with you. So,
Okay.
okay, all right. Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, seeing none, I toss it up to the board. Any questions, comments about this? Are we good? Okay, we're gonna do roll call vote then.
Trustee Wagner,
Yes.
trustee Taglia,
Yes.
trustee Bulfus.
Yes.
Trustee Kazone,
Yes.
President Bolster.
Present. Okay. Item number 7 on the Committee of the Whole. Consider resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving the safety incentive and safe driving program. Manager Keener.
Thank you, Your Honor. The Village of Villa Park Safety Committee is requesting a continuation of the Village Safety Incentive and Safe Driver Program for all eligible full-time and regular part-time employees. The Safety Incentive Program is based on lost time due to chargeable injuries and sets targeted amounts for employees by department. If the employees meet the targets set each year, they receive $50 or 1 half-day off for a total cash value of approximately $8,500, which has been budgeted in fiscal year 2016. In addition, employees who drive village vehicles are eligible for a $10 gift certificate if they have 0 chargeable accidents during the year at a cost of approximately $1,190, which is budgeted also in fiscal year 2016. It is requested that the village board approve the programs by formal resolution in order to set the 2016 goals. And Your Honor, we do have Human Resource Coordinator Janet Gorman in the audience this
Sure.
evening that would
Okay.
like to discuss one of her favorite programs.
Yeah.
All right.
Come on up. Hi, Janet.
Hi, it's
We
good
haven't
to
seen
see
you
you
in a while,
guys.
yeah.
I know. I think that's a good thing, though. Yeah, I think this year we kind of went back, and I wanted to also introduce you to our intern who's working with us.
Oh,
Her
great.
name is Jenny Scahill.
Hi.
Come on up, Jenny, for a second. Jenny,
We don't fight, I promise.
Jenny helped me with some of the statistics, and she's also working very closely with our wellness program. This year, we're trying to integrate our wellness, safety, and our green committee to try and look at employees 360, we call it, to look at the entire employees and how they are behaving in the workplace as well as outside of work. So one of the things, a couple of the things that to note this year is we have 3 departments for the first time we've had 3 departments that their target next year will be 0 accidents, which is amazing. And that from last year, 100 days was the total. This year, it's only going to be 48. So we're getting more and more aggressive with this. Since we first put this in 2010, 2011, I went back and looked. We were at 277 days was our target. Now we're down to 48.
Oh, my God.
So, yeah, it's a good, so far it's a program that we feel is working very well. Even in some of the departments that didn't make their goals this year, they're really doing some excellent things. One is the fire department. I think you guys were involved with getting the new ambulance, so we're going to be getting the new stretchers to try and save our firefighters' backs a little bit. And we're hoping to continue to see this reduction in lost time days. So we do have a lot more we're able to accommodate light duty work, which I think has really helped to also get our employees back to work at the same time that they're rehabbing. And at the same time, we're reducing overall the lost time days. So, yeah, so it's a program that I think is, very positive. I work very closely with the safety committee to take a look at each and every accident so that they help me to decide what is a chargeable and a non-chargeable accident against these goals. So that's what I got for you.
Okay, I'm going to see if there's any questions and comments from the public about this before we toss it up to the board. No? We good? Okay, how about the board? Questions and comments about this? Comes up every year.
Yes, it
Very
does.
thorough. So, sure, trustee
Okay, so
Taglia.
I hate to put you on the spot, Jennifer. Could you tell us what a chargeable or non-chargeable incident
Yes,
is?
we sit down as a group and we try to figure out, as you know, some of the jobs that we have, two very good incidents. I can kind of explain examples for you, like within the police department. If there's a physical altercation with an employee, and they're a police officer, and luckily, because we're now using other devices and verbal judo to try and diffuse situations, this doesn't happen often, but if there's a physical altercation, we don't charge that against the department goal, because in many cases, if they have somebody who is attacking them, they can't, that's the nature of their job.
Got it.
In the fire service, for instance, we had one accident a couple years ago where the stairway collapsed when they were in structure. So that would be the type of thing that we don't charge it back against, because they really have no
That sounds fair.
control over what it is that they're being, but if it's something that could have been preventable, then it goes against that charge. So,
Thank you. That
okay.
helps.
Thank you. Okay, anybody else? Anybody else? Are we good? Okay, roll call vote, please.
Trustee Kazone?
Yes.
Trustee Wagner?
Yes.
Trustee Taglia?
Yes.
Trustee Ayello?
Yes.
Trustee Bolfus?
Yes.
President Bolton?
Yes. Let me see where we're at here. Okay. We are item number 8, lost my place there, on the committee of the whole. Consider resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving an agreement between the Village of Villa Park and the State of Illinois Department of Transportation for the improvement of High Ridge Road and the appropriation of funds for the village's share of project costs in an amount not to exceed $220,500. Manager Keener.
Thank you, Anna.
Yeah.
The village will be receiving Surface Transportation Program funding that will provide funding for street improvements on High Ridge Road. A local public agency agreement with IDOT proposes to provide $220,500 in federal funding for construction and Phase 3 engineering services. The project is ready for bidding and is targeting the March IDOT letting. Construction is anticipated to take place in the summer of 2016. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Any questions or comments from the public in regards to this item? Okay. Seeing none. Questions and comments from the board? Trustee Aiello.
The engineering, we didn't reconfigure the roadway at all, correct?
Oh.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Got a note from Vitas Piscalis, our Director of Public Works. So, okay. Trustee Wagner.
Thank you, Madam President.
Sure.
In the memo, it mentions that they'll be using full-depth reclamation. So
Our favorite word.
maybe you can help me understand. So they'll be using the materials that are already in place on the road and just reusing it? I mean, I assume there's some sort of machinery that will kind of reuse that asphalt. Is that?
That is correct. We already used this technique on the 2015 street improvement program, specifically in the Twin Lakes area. So basically, what they do is pulverize the existing material, add new cement to it, mix it in, and then compact it, and then the old pavement becomes the new base. And then they put a fresh lift of asphalt on top of that.
So I assume there's a significant savings doing that. Is that correct? Or?
It has been a savings. How significant, time will tell.
Okay.
Okay.
That's all I had.
You good?
Thanks.
Okay. Anybody else?
Sure.
Trustee Bolfus.
So this will be
Don't
just
go too far.
redoing the surface, no curbs, anything like that.
No, it's strictly a resurfacing.
Okay. And what fund is this money coming out of? This is not coming out of bond money, is it?
It's federal surface transportation funds and local sales tax revenue.
So our
Non-referendum.
part is,
Non-referendum, non-bond.
thank you.
Thank you. Okay, anybody else? Okay, if anybody's driven on High Ridge, you know that's another one of our really bumpy roads in town, so this is a long time in coming. Okay, roll call vote.
Trustee Wagner.
Yes.
Trustee Taglia.
Yes.
Trustee Ayello.
Yes.
Trustee Bolfus.
Yes.
Trustee Kazone.
Yes.
President Bullwinkle.
Yes. Okay, item number 9 on the Committee of the Whole. Consider resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, authorizing construction engineering services agreements with Clark Dietz Incorporated to provide Phase 3 construction engineering services for the High Ridge Road Improvement Project in the amount of $39,446.25. Manager Keener?
Thank you, Your Honor. The village will be receiving Surface Transportation Program funding that will provide funding for street improvements on High Ridge Road. Clark Dietz, Inc. has submitted a proposal to provide Phase 3 construction engineering services to the village at a cost of $39,446.25. The Illinois Department of Transportation has reviewed and approved the scope of services. Funding sources for the project include the STP grant and street improvement funds.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from the public in regards to this item? Okay. Hey, Cheryl.
I'm back.
That's okay. I'll give you 3 minutes.
Just
What's
one
up?
question. Yeah, my understanding is they also did Phase 2 and Phase 1 on this project, because somewhere in the notes in the previous thing, they were involved in Phase 2 for High Ridge. Is this the same type of, so were they involved in
Is that correct?
Phase 2 for High Ridge? Okay. Was there a Phase 1? But they were involved with Phase 2 on it, right? Okay.
Okay, yes, they were. It's according to our Director of Public Works, Vitas Giscalis, so, okay, great. Anybody else in the public on this item? Okay, questions and comments from the board? Nope.
So-
Trustee Gazone.
The Phase 3, how long does that take them to finish? Because they finished the Phase 3 and then the bids will be let.
Hi, Vitas.
Phase 3 is actually observation and documentation during construction, so
Okay.
they're on site during construction.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yes. Okay, anybody else? We good? Okay, roll call vote, please.
Trustee Taglia.
Yes.
Trustee Ayello.
Yes.
Trustee Bolfus.
Yes.
Trustee Kazone.
Yes.
Trustee Wagner.
Yes.
President Bullwinkle.
Yes. Item number 10 on the Committee of the Whole, consider resolution of the Village Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, authorizing change order number 4, which is the final, to the contract between the Village Villa Park and Orange Crush LLC for the 2015 street resurfacing project for an adjusted final contract amount of $1,446,101.84. Manager Keener?
Thank you, Your Honor. The village has a contract with Orange Crush LLC of Hillside, Illinois, for the 2015 street resurfacing project. Proposed final change order number 4 consists of the final balancing of contract quantities as measured in the field. The net amount of the proposed final change order number 4 is a deduction of $203,901.46 for an adjusted final contract amount of $1,466,101.84. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Any questions and comments from the public in regards to this item? Okay, questions and comments from the board? Okay, nobody? Okay, and just to clarify, that is a deduction of $203,901.46. My question is, this money, I presume, will be put back into the road replacement fund?
Yes, it'll be put back into the 2016 street resurfacing project.
Great. Okay. I don't think I've ever seen a change order with a deduction of this amount, ever, and I've been on the board 7 years. I don't know about anybody else, but this was a pleasant surprise. So, okay. Roll call vote.
Trustee Ayello.
Yes.
Trustee Bolfus.
Yes.
Trustee Kazone.
Yes.
Trustee Wagner.
Yes.
Trustee Taglia.
Yes.
President Bullwinkle.
Yes. Item number 11 on the Committee of the Whole, consider a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, authorizing the village manager to execute an electrical power purchase contract for the supply of electricity after the Northern Illinois Municipal Electric Cooperative bid. Manager Keener.
Thank you, Your Honor. The purchasing cooperative, NIMEC, will be bidding a successor contract within the next few weeks. Staff requests that the village manager be authorized to execute an electrical power purchase contract with the lowest responsible bidder. This resolution is time sensitive because there will be a limited time for the village to select its power provider. Funds are budgeted within the water and wastewater fund for this purchase. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Questions and comments from the public in regards to this item? Okay, questions and comments from the board? Trustee Bolfus.
Just to clarify, this is for the electricity usage that the village of Villa Park would incur. That does not affect the residents.
That's correct. It's for the wastewater and water treatment facilities.
Right.
Thank you. Anybody else? Trustee Wagner.
Thank you, Madam President. In the memo, it says that they'll be soliciting bids from Constellation, Dynegy, and MC Squared. Is there a reason that they're only being limited to 3 different companies, or that they're limiting the bids to those 3 companies?
That's a very good question, and Director Giskells, I know you want to talk about this particular subject.
Yes, near and dear to your heart.
Well, NIMEC is basically the broker that coordinates all the bids amongst the many municipalities. So it's a very specialized type of power purchase. So I'm guessing that those are the 3 vendors that are willing to supply bids to lock in a price for a 1 or 2 year period. Because that's basically what we're trying to do, is lock in electrical rates for a 2-year period.
Okay. Thanks. That's all I have.
Sure. Anybody else? Okay. Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Bolfus?
Yes.
Trustee Kazone?
Yes.
Trustee Wagner?
Yes.
Trustee Taglia?
Yes.
Trustee Aiello?
Yes.
President Bullwinkle?
Yes. Okay, item number 12, consider resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, authorizing engineering services agreement between the Village of Villa Park and Clark Dietz Incorporated for the South Summit Avenue resurfacing project at a cost not to exceed $62,000. Manager Keener?
Thank you, Your Honor. The village will be receiving, again, Surface Transportation Program funding that will provide 70% funding up to $595,000 for construction and engineering of the South Summit resurfacing project. Public Works staff proposes using Clark Dietz for the Phase 2 design engineering services. A proposed engineering services agreement with Clark Dietz establishes the scope of services at a cost not to exceed $62,000. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Any questions and comments from the public in regards to this item? Okay. Questions and comments from the board? Any questions and comments? No? Okay. Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Aiello?
Yes.
Trustee Bolfus?
Yes.
Trustee Kazone?
Yes.
Trustee Taglia?
Yes.
Trustee Wagner?
Yes.
President Bullwinkle?
Yes. Okay, now we will convene to the formal agenda. Just put paperwork aside here. Okay. Item number 1 on the formal agenda is Village President's Report. And I always start my report with any staff updates and anything that we might have going on. No updates. Things are moving forward. So with the winter season, we're doing a lot of engineering, a lot of stuff behind the scenes. So, all right. Great. Thank you. Also, just wanted to put out there that for those of you who still need to take down holiday lights and don't know what to do with them, especially if you have lights that are blown out or you want to just get rid of them, the local Villa Park Ace Hardware at 46 South Villa Avenue, they recycle them. So if you want to take your old holiday lights there, they will take care of them for you. On the village website at www.invillapark.com, there's a list of other locations that you can also take your holiday lights, but this is another local location, so feel free to take them there. Don't throw them out. Don't put them in the landfills. So, also, the ice skating rink is now open here in Villa Park. The Parks and Recreation Outdoor Ice Skating Rink located at 341 North Harvard Avenue. It's in the field east of Jefferson Pool. The rink is open, and it's open daily until sunset. as long as the ice stays frozen, we can keep it safe. Bring your own skates, and there are no indoor facilities at the rink. So if you want to come do a little bit of ice skating, feel free to do it right there at 341 North Harvard Avenue. Also, just wanted to put a reminder out there that there's Coffee with the Board coming up on Saturday, February 6th at 9 o'clock here at Village Hall. It'll be our first one of the year. We canceled January's because it coincided with the January 1st New Year holiday. So this will be the first one of the year on Saturday, February 6th. That's all I have on my report. So move on the formal. Number 2, public comments on agenda items. This is regarding items 4 and 5 on the agenda. If there's anybody who has anything on your mind in regards to 4 and 5 on the agenda, now's the time. Non-agenda items will occur item number 6 here on the agenda. Okay, seeing none. Move on to item number 3, amendments of the formal agenda. Do we have any amendments to the formal agenda? Nope. Okay, seeing none. We move on to the consent agenda, items A through K. I'm just going to read them. Bear with me, just the headings for the record, in case there's somebody that's tuned in a little later. A, bill listing dated January 25th, 2016, in the amount of $1,386,591.96. B, minutes from Village COW meeting for January 11th, 2016. C, minutes from the Village formal board meeting for January 11th, 2016. D, first and final reading of an ordinance of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, accepting plats of easement for stormwater and drainage purposes at 537 South Euclid Avenue and 322 East Washington Street. E, first and final reading of an ordinance of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, amending the number of Class AA liquor licenses from 6 to 7. F, resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving the Safety Incentive and Safe Driver Program. G, resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving an agreement between the Village of Villa Park and the State of Illinois Department of Transportation for the improvement of High Ridge Road and the appropriation of funds for the village's share of project costs in an amount not to exceed $220,500. H, resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, authorizing construction engineering services agreements with Clark Dietz Incorporated to provide Phase 3 construction engineering services for the High Ridge Road Improvement Project in the amount of $39,446.25. I, resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, authorizing change order number 4, which is final, to the contract between the Village of Villa Park and Orange Crush LLC for the 2015 street resurfacing project for an adjusted final contract amount of $1,466,101.84. J, resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, authorizing the village manager to execute an electrical power purchase contract for the supply of electricity after the Northern Illinois Municipal Electric Cooperative bid. And K, resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, authorizing an engineering services agreement between the Village of Villa Park and Clark Dietz Incorporated for the South Summit Avenue resurfacing project at a cost not to exceed $62,000. Thanks for bearing with me on that. Motion on the consent agenda?
Madam President?
Yes.
Make a motion for a consent agenda.
Thank you, Trustee Bolfus. Do we have a second?
Madam President,
Trustee Wagner.
I'll second that motion.
Okay. Any additional questions or comments? We all good? Okay. Roll call vote.
Trustee Ayello?
Yes.
Trustee Bolfus?
Yes.
Trustee Kazone?
Yes.
Trustee Taglia?
Yes.
Trustee Wagner?
Yes.
President Bowenko?
Yes. Item number 5 on the formal, first and final reading of an ordinance of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving the rezoning of the property located at 187 East Hill Street to the M1 Light Industrial District. Consideration of rezoning of a .37 acre parcel at the southwest corner of Hill Street and Ellsworth Avenue from the R1 Single Family Residential District to the M1 Light Industrial District. At the public hearing held on December 10th, 2015, the Planning and Zoning Commission unanimously recommended approval. Staff also supports the rezoning. Do I have a motion on the first and final reading?
Madam President,
Trustee
I
Gonzalez?
make a motion to accept.
Okay, have a second? Anybody over here?
Madam President?
Trustee Bolfus?
Second.
Okay. Any questions and comments from the board regarding this item?
Who's that?
Trustee Ayala?
Who's the petition for?
Oh, yes. It's a perfect question for Patrick Grill, our Director of Community Development. is coming forward.
What was the question?
Well,
Who's the petition from?
The petitioner's from the
petitioner?
village in this particular instance,
Who's the landowner?
Mr. Granrath.
Is there a business in operate out of there right now?
Yes.
What's the business?
There's an office and a contractor's yard, and as best as the village can determine, it has operated that way since it was annexed in 2006.
That's not what I'm asking. Do you know the name of the business?
No, I don't know the name of the business.
Thank you.
Good. Okay. Anybody else? Okay, we're going to do a roll call vote on this item.
Trustee Bolfus?
Yes.
Trustee Ayello?
Abstain.
Trustee Kazone?
Yes.
Trustee Wagner?
Yes.
Trustee Taglia?
Yes.
President Bullwinkle?
Yes.
Madam President?
Yes.
Trustee Ayello, I assume you have a conflict and therefore you have the right
Yes,
to
ma'am.
abstain. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Item number 6 is public comments on non-agenda items. If there's anybody in the audience that has anything like to approach us about, now's the time. We'll have you sign in 3 minutes. Hi, come on up. Hi, Cheryl.
Hello. I have a question. How's the Ardmore School traffic thing going on? Seem we haven't heard much about it. I
very
take
good.
it they've had enough time now to
Very good
verify if it's working, what the direction was given to them.
Last time we asked, everything was good to go, but, you know, now that you're asking again, we'll get another update. So who would like to, would Chief Pavlicek want to come on up? You know you want to come to the podium.
Love the camera.
How's it going? So far, so good?
I don't have any information that tells me it's not going well.
All right. So,
We're still there every day,
Yeah.
as we have been. It's
see you
become a
there.
good habit for the patrol officers to spend some time in the zone, presence and talking to the people. The weather hasn't been that bad with the snow, which might have been a problem. But, yeah, we did the study, we had some recommendations.
yeah,
I'll leave it go at that.
yeah.
So I haven't had any complaints.
Yeah. And I can concur. I haven't had any complaints either. Yes, and when I bump into people from Ardmore School, I ask them, and they say they feel good with where it's going. So far, so good. So, okay. Anybody else? Okay. We're gonna move on to item number 7 then, village clerk's report. You have anything
Yes.
for us?
Well, I just want to announce that the SALT meeting is one coming up
Yes.
on February 10th at the Community Recreation Building. That program starts at 11 a.m. It's a police organized event for the senior community. And then following the special guest speaker will be lunch that the Senior Concerns Commission will host at noon.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, I've attended several SALT meetings, and they're always action-packed, lots of good information. So, and you do a really great job pulling it together, you and the team. So,
Thank you.
yes. Okay. Item number 8, village trustees report. I'll start on my left tonight. Trustee Gazone, have anything for us?
Actually, just one thing, and I should have brought it up our last meeting. Our fire chief, Rakosnik, was elected recently the president of the DuPage County Fire Chiefs Association. He was inducted January 9th, 2016.
Yes.
That was a great honor for him. And that's all I have.
All right. That's terrific. Thanks for bringing that up. Okay. Trustee Wagner.
Thank you, Madam President. I just have a couple things. I just want to let the public know that the Villa Park Environmental Concerns Commission will be meeting this coming Thursday, January 28th at 7:15 here at Village Hall. And they have a full agenda of items that we'll be talking about. Just want to let the board know that I attended the open house that the Villa Park Public Library held recently on January 18th. They had members of the architectural firm that they've employed, so they're exploring different ways to utilize the building, to maybe reconfigure the building. They're looking for input from members of the public. It was a very interesting presentation and process that they're going through. So their next open house will be on February 15th from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., and another one that same day, 7 to 9 p.m., and then they'll have another one on April 18th. So folks are interested, I would really encourage people to go and see what they're envisioning for the library, and they really want public input on that as well. Last Saturday, I accompanied members of the Mama Squash Food Co-op, and they toured the Sugar Beet Food Co-op in Oak Park, and it was really interesting to see what a food co-op that is mature and has a space and is operating successfully looks like. And so they got a lot of great ideas. They toured the facility, and so they're moving ahead with their planning, et cetera. They're continuing with their food swaps, which they're doing every month. But in addition to the food swap, they're having like a little cooking class. The last one they had was on January 16th. They had someone demonstrating how to make economical, nutritious meals, showed how to make lentil soup, which is delicious. And their next food swap will be, this is at St. Alexander's Gym, Saturday, February 13th, from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. So the same thing, we'll have someone demonstrating how to make a food item, and it's a nice way to meet some new folks and to learn how to make nutritious and economical meals. And that's all I had.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, Trustee Ayala.
No report, thank you.
No report? Okay. To my right, Trustee Bolfus.
I just have one thing. If you remember, a number of meetings back, we put together a commission to work on redoing our zoning ordinance. And that was with, we received a grant from CMAP to have that done with a consultant. And we've started that process. We've met a couple times. We met last week for the first time to look over some of the work that the consultant had done and to review it and make any corrections we want. But unfortunately, the state of Illinois is not passing out any money right now. So that process now is on hold because the consultant that was walking us through that would like to get paid for the work he's done until the state loosens up some money to continue the process. We're kind of on hold on that right now. I just wanted the board to know that in case any of the other residents wanted to, we're aware of that, we're kind of on hold on that. We went through some of the procedural issues, we got that done, but to get really into the meat of it, we haven't got to that yet. So, but we'll have to wait till we get some money from the state.
It's a shame. Frustrating. Yeah. Thank you for that update. Trustee Taglia.
No report.
No report. Okay. Moving on then to Village Manager's report, item number 9.
Thank you, Honor.
Yeah.
Just have a quick report about a little snow and ice control report from the Public Works for us. So for the season, staff has responded to 6 events and used approximately 300 tons of salt for 18 inches of snow and ice. We have plenty of salt on hand as well as 1,000 ton in reserve. Currently, the Village of Villa Park is using beet heat concentrate. This liquid is a more environmentally friendly pre-wetting agent than calcium chloride and should reduce the village's salt usage by over 10%. The reduced salt usage will have a substantial cost savings to the village as well. So, thank you, Your Honor, and I believe Chief Pavlicek would also like to step to the podium for a moment.
Okay. Could tell you just couldn't wait.
Yeah, I had 2 things that popped into my pea brain here. If you get the alerts from the village, as I do, we've put a couple out, and you're going to see them again and again because we got to get the message out. So I implore the board, the people at home, to remind people, stop leaving your cars running to warm them up. In the last 10 days, we had 2 cars stolen because they were sitting there warming up, and next thing you know, they were gone. So that's it's dangerous, it's annoying, it's illegal, and who wants your car stolen, unless you really don't want to go to work that day. The second one was an alert that we put out. I encourage everyone when they leave tonight, look at the back of your car. ask yourself, when do your license plates expire?
Yes.
Because the Secretary of State has stopped mailing out the renewal notices, haven't done it for 6-8 months. I've taken on this little project where my mother lives in a senior building, which, when the clerk mentioned the SALT meeting, I thought I got to remind the seniors, they are not going to get the notices in the mail. You can get them by email if you sign up at the Secretary of State's website, Cyberdrive, Illinois. They'll email you and alert you. But you need to go take a look at your car sticker because you didn't get a renewal notice, and there's a lot of people riding around with expired plates. So we're trying to get the word out. I'd like to write less tickets for that, and that people get. It's the one I read online. It's a matter of time until they stop mailing the stickers out to us as well. At some point, that may stop. And then you have to go get them in person at the Secretary of State's office. So,
Oh, my God.
so please, everybody, you know.
Oh, I hope you're wrong on that.
You know, it gets all
Aware
about
of all this great news.
It's all about postage in their budget. They stop mailing notices, now they'll stop mailing stickers at some point. So,
Which means postage will go up because of the reduced usage.
so those are the two things I wanted to bring up. So thank you for
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for the time.
Thanks, Chief.
Thanks a lot.
Everybody has a heads up on that.
And with that, Your Honor, I pass.
Boy, we're just getting it all stirred up here tonight. Oh, my goodness. Oh, but it's good information to know. Wow. Oof, okay. Item number 10, village attorneys.
No report.
Boy, that's one heck of a report to follow, huh?
Right.
Jeez.
No,
Okay. Item number 11 is consider executive closed session. A, 5 ILCS 120-2, C5, purchase or lease of property, and B, 5 ILCS 120-2, C6, sale or lease of property. I have a motion to convene into exec session.
Madam President,
Trustee Wagner.
I'd like to make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Madam President?
Trustee
Second.
Bolkus. Thank you. Okay, we'll do a roll call vote then.
Trustee Kazone?
Yes.
Trustee Wagner?
Yes.
Trustee Taglia?
Yes.
Trustee Aiello?
Yes.
Trustee Bolfus?
Yes.
President Bullwinkle?
Yes. Okay, we will convene to exec session and we will adjourn following exec session, so.